Alright, how's it going, guys? We are back for some more Nancy Drew. This time we're going to be playing Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. This is one of my favorite games. Not like my most favorite, but it's definitely up there. It's pretty good. Got a good soundtrack, got a good story. Yeah, it should be a fun time. So, yeah, let's get into it. You'll have to let me know if you're watching this live how it looks. I've been having some frame drops apparently, but it seems to be getting better. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. I got my note paper over here. I got my bravery lemonade. Yeah, let's fire it up. Now I guess we'll see. Might have to. Oh, no, it looks like it's good this time. Nice. Yeah, with the last game we played just last week, Scarlet Hand, for some reason the resolution didn't like OBS, so because of my dual monitors it tried to shift OBS over and it was the whole thing, but this one, apparently it's completely fine, which is okay with me. So yeah, let's do a new game.
Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania.
Alright,
Welcome to my latest case,
game.
Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial.
Thank you, Nancy. I think we know how it works. This one, I think we're going to try on Senior Detective, because I'm pretty familiar with this case. I've seen a lot of people play it. I think I can basically remember everything that needs to be done to get to the end of the game. And, you know, this is still early enough in the Nancy series that we don't have a task list. So, you know, even if we pick Junior, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Nancy has a PDA in this game or something like that. Maybe, but we're gonna do Senior. Hopefully it'll go okay. Hopefully it won't take too long. Hopefully I won't get stuck on anything. But yeah, let's get started. You guys ready? Because the intro of this game is something else.
Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. A gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in.
Oh no.
And then I discovered that Sally's gone.
What?
She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Hashtag too spooky. We're just gonna immediately ignore that phone. Hey, look, water. Okay, so Nancy does have a PDA. Checking telephone numbers. Okay. Okay. So we do have PDA. I'm not sure if we have a to-do list. Get the dead tree cut down. Well, a little late for that. Yeah, chill out, phone. I want to look around first. Flashlight. Harry, thought you could use this map to the cemetery. You'll find lots of bait along the way, especially at night. The cemetery's real hard to find. I got lost a bunch of times. Happy fishing, George. Could come in handy. We got cemetery, tree stump, other landmarks. Interesting. Nancy, I'm really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's in Philadelphia. Doors open, make yourself at home. We'll call you from my car, Sally. P.S. Phone number. P.S. Please don't hate me. Nothing. Are you spooked yet, chat? I'm spooked. He's up here, Russian train. Here. Alright, that'll be important later, I'm sure. Ah, little dog pops out. Cute. Alright, so...
It's stuck. I need some sandpaper.
Okay. Alright, let's answer the phone. Check on squeaking. Mice?
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
What's to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here.
Just wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
One of your trees seems to have other plans for me.
What do you mean?
A tree fell down behind my car just as I was driving up to the house. I'm blocked in.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
It's late. Won't the store be closed?
Where's my brain? Okay, look. I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
I can't just take off in your boat. It's pitch black outside.
Then listen to me. Go around the house and lock all the doors and windows. Do that right now.
There aren't any locks on the doors and windows. What are you so afraid of?
The dogs. Those dogs. Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Well, interesting. And I don't want to call Beth at night. She's probably asleep. Well, that was interesting.
What is that?
Something's out there.
The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight. Something's out there.
Now look what you've done. That was a Strix Varia. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
A Strix what?
Strix Varia. A barred owl. Real hard to spot. And it doesn't help that you're out here making more noise than a jumbo jet.
My name's Nancy Drew. Have you been out here long?
A couple hours. Name's Red Knot, by the way. And now that we've exchanged pleasantries, why don't you just skedaddle on out of here and leave me to my birds?
I'm not going anywhere until I know what's been making those weird noises.
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
I'm staying here in the old Malone place.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
You've met Sally?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
Well, that's certainly spooky.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear them howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone both.
The dogs would attack her house?
It's like they don't want anybody but Malone living there. I guess they don't know he's dead. And so are they.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Why haven't the police investigated?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Do you live close by?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kind of my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Okay.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house.
One more thing. The water in Sally's well needs to be tested. How do I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
Hashtag too spooky chat.
This is not good.
Oh my god. Well, after that, I think it's time to go to bed. Although I don't know how Nancy can sleep after something like that. Whew. Starting off spooky. Let's go over here. So they're right out here last night, huh?
Looks like paw prints.
Interesting.
I need a bucket.
Would ghosts leave footprints? I don't know.
The boat's full of water.
Sure is. Nice. Alright, let's go.
The spark plug is missing.
Rip Aroni. Well, not going anywhere in that thing. Let's go explore up the path, shall we?
This must be Red's observation platform.
Doesn't seem to be here. Maybe he's not here during the day, huh? Well, I don't think there's anything we can do with that. What we really need to do now is get our boat fixed. To do that, we have to talk to Mr. Red, I believe. Before we do, though, I'll show you guys one of the second chances you can get. Oh, hey, look, what's this note over here?
Rotten floorboards. Watch your.
Rip. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Well, then I guess, as much as I don't enjoy, let's go back to nighttime. Let's go try to find our buddy, the bird watcher. So I think he may be able to help us with our boat.
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Please, just call me Nancy.
I will if you keep your voice down. I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Yeah, anyway.
Did you say last night that you have an outboard motorboat?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
You're not exactly a people person, are you?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. The question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Don't need cash in this economy.
Sure. What would you like me to take pictures of?
Birds, of course. There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
Sounds good.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you? Well, these woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match.
Tinder.
And the best bird habitat on the East
Swipe
Coast
right.
will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. Because if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore. I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
A couple things. First off, it's funny how he says, try not to come pestering me until you're done. To complete that task for him, you actually have to come back and talk to him 2 more times before you're able to finish it. Yeah, ironic. And secondly, I was going to say on the way here before we came up, so it may seem a little spooky walking around at night here, especially considering the wild ghost dog attack that just happened. That's the only time in the game that actually happens. So if you're expecting to be attacked out here multiple nights by the dogs, think again. Which, when you know that, is like, oh, well, this game's really not that spooky then, is it? But if you don't know it, then...
It's not safe to take the boat out at
Oh,
night.
Nancy, you're such a square. This is... The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight. And then, oh, no, it's too dark to take the boat out. Oh, shit. I mean, okay, to be fair, the Emporium and the Ranger Station are probably closed right now anyway, which are the only two places we can go. But that's beside the point. I guess let's go back and wake up in the morning. Alright, time to boat. Okay, so I'm guessing spark plug goes in here. And then, let's see, what does it say for those? So, plus, plus, minus, 0. I love the soundtrack for this game, by the way. It lives rent-free in my head every day. So, plus, minus, 0? Okay. I think that's what we're supposed to do it, but I'll show you guys another, say we put these all screwed in as tight as they will go. Let's see what happens if we do that. Here we go, yeah! Uh-oh. Rip Nancy, again. Alright, so that's the way you don't want to do it. I just thought I'd show you that.
Something must be very wrong with this engine.
Okay, Nancy, really? Breaking the fourth wall? Come on. Like, okay, I get you're trying to give the player hints, but like, Nancy literally just looked straight into the camera and said, "You must have done something wrong, you idiot. Try again." That's minus, and this one is like that. I think I'm pretty sure that's the only other thing is if you do it some other way, you'll just pull it and it won't start at all. Which is probably if you put them all like open. But this should be the correct solution. There we go. Okay, what do we have? We really should probably go to M's first. So let's go there. Hello to my 2 viewers in the chat, by the way. You'll have to let me know if the stream seems okay for you guys. It still says I'm dropping about 1/4 of my frames, so let me know if it's okay or if it seems to be lagging or whatever. M's Emporium. Well, I'm guessing this is M.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone place. You know, the house Sally McDonald bought?
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
Who doesn't?
Chainsaw?
Yeah, I was playing some Gears of War and I was like, man, that looks like fun. Nah, just kidding.
What I really need is for someone to come out and remove the tree that fell in Sally's driveway.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time.
Tucker did it.
So how come Sally ain't with you?
She thinks the Malone place is haunted, and after last night, I can see why.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
When was the last time they appeared?
Seems like they show up every time somebody buys the place. So the last time would have been 10, 15 years ago.
This is something I've never understood about this story, and to my knowledge, they've never explained it. So, if, hypothetically, these ghost dogs are not actual ghosts and are actual real dogs, which we've kind of already seen hints with like the paw prints and stuff. If that's the case, then obviously they're being guided by somebody, or I mean, unless whoever's trying to scare people away has been also doing so for 10, 15 years. But even then, like, most real life dogs don't live over like 20 years. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Moving on.
What can you tell me about Red Knot?
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
Has he been in the area long?
About as long as those pink-billed warblers and purple-eyed owls he's always chasing have been around. Couple of months, I guess.
Ah, yeah, the old pink-billed warblers and purple-eyed owls. You know them, you love them.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful. Where'd you get them?
Found 'em. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So, it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Squeaky Wheel Acres?
Jeff Akers, local park ranger. I keep telling him all this stuff washed up on shore. But does that snobby little stickler for rules believe me?
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Yeah, anyway.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh, yeah, I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here. What else can I do you for?
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. Long as you pay cash, that is.
That's just it. I'm running kind of low on cash. Would it be possible to start a line of credit?
My daddy always said, neither a borrower nor a lender be. But I'll tell you what, seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
I've disturbed him enough already. Would anyone else around here have some?
He's your only hope. But you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay-hee-hoo!
Not yodelay hoo. Anything but that. How much for a Cocoa Kringle bar, by the way? Oh yeah, piece of the past. Everything was fished by legal means out of Moon Lake. By at least one genuine artifact from the roaring 20s. For a second I thought that said M. Bison. Just a worm, Nancy. Chill out. Okay. But you're circling yourself on the map, but your map is in the shop itself, so there's no way people would be able to see this map with your place circled on it unless they were already at your place. Okay. It's cool though, kind of see a map of the... So this is M's, probably private property, more private property. So it looks like this is probably where Sally's place is. Push people with their faces. Excuse me. Okay, well, I think that's about everything there is to see in here. I guess let's go. Let's listen to this tape, I guess.
American goldfinch. Northern cardinal. Red-tailed hawk.
I'm not sure if that's exactly
Western tanager.
the correct song for a red-tailed hawk. I could be wrong. I seem to recall that there's a very specific kind of hawk that makes that sound, and I don't think it's a red tail. But again, I could be wrong. I'm not a bird expert by any means, despite being raised by 2 bird watchers. Hello.
Hello, can I help you?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm visiting the woman who bought the old Malone place, Sally McDonald. Do you know her?
Sally McDonald? Yes, I've had occasion to write her up once or twice.
What do you mean, write her up?
She littered. Food items, as I recall. An apple core, crust of bread, something like that. She tried to argue that the animals would eat them, but litter is litter. And besides, feeding the wildlife is also illegal.
I'll be sure to remember that.
Being a park ranger can be a thankless job, Ms. Drew. But I know that every time I enforce a rule, I'm helping to preserve some plant or animal, however minute, for future generations of park-goers.
This place isn't exactly your ordinary ranger station, is it?
It's also the Moon Lake Post Office, and it's the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I've lived here all my life, so I can't help but feel obligated to protect not only the area's flora and fauna, but also its past.
So you know all about Mickey Malone?
As a member of the law enforcement community, I prefer to dwell on the positive aspects of history instead of on the activities of a bunch of glorified thugs.
As an officer of the law, can you think of anyone who might want to scare Sally off her property?
The woman who owns the shop across the lake? Emily Griffin? I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure she's been dragging the lake in front of Malone's house for artifacts, which is illegal. It would be a lot easier for her to do her dirty work if nobody was living there.
What do you know about the pack of dogs that's been terrorizing Sally? They've scared her so bad that she's gone to her aunt's in Philadelphia.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
Does that mean you don't?
There's always a logical explanation for everything. Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Have you ever investigated the ghost dogs yourself?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, funny you should ask.
As a matter of fact, I do.
I'm a very busy man, Miss Drew, but I am here to serve the public.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Does everyone out here have a well?
Everyone who doesn't want to die of thirst does. Hooking up to a municipal water supply is out of the question. Too expensive.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Acres.
That's so out of character for you. Let's look at this. Probably needs to be primed. Prime it. Simply pour drinkable water into the top, pump the handle until water comes out. Okay. We'll have to remember that. Fever, fever. Yeah, I hate to see it. Hey, Gordolf. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. We are headlong into this mystery, let me tell you. Already been spooked by some ghost dogs. It's been a real time. Okay, what else is there? Poison ivy, antivirus, forest fire prevention, Lyme disease. Yeah, all of this is basically a list of why I don't go outside very often. Deer mouse, respiratory mask, rubber gloves, dirt. Animals. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to send away for water tests. Of course, I could have intentionally just put that in the game to give the player something to do to keep them busy. Now let's go home. Alright, let's grab some well water. Yep, nothing coming out. But if we take this and pour that in there, glug, glug, glug. How about now? What is that? Here we go. Meandering stream. What do you mean by that? Still saying I'm dropping frames, if that's what you're referring to. Alright. Got the water.
I don't need water right now.
Bucket? Yeah. Oh. I thought you meant like my stream.
Here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
Really, Nancy? Here, birdie, bird.
Those look too rotten.
Let me in. No, back up. Okay. What else do we have that we can do right now? Guess we can go explore here and look around for some of those birds, huh?
better be careful.
Yeah, come on, Nancy, look a little. Hey, guys, my kitty. Yeah, something's going on. I've had on my phone here the notification for like when I start streaming has like popped up twice since I started. So yeah, there's something weird going on with my internet today. I actually rebooted my router right at the start of the stream, hoping that that would fix it. Oh, there's one. Take a picture, Nancy. There we go. But yeah, I think my internet's having trouble today, so I apologize for that. There's not much I can do
Here,
to...
birdie, birdie, birdie.
Really, Nancy? So apologies for the internet situation. Yeah, Gordolf knows we play games together on the side sometimes, and my internet has just been real weird lately.
Here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
So for those of you who stick around and watch despite all of that, I appreciate you dearly. Just waiting for that, you know, Starlink to come through. Right, guys? Little Leon will hook us up. Oh, I hear another bird. Get the camera ready. Take a picture, Nancy. There. Yeah, see my stream elements.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Cosmic Kitty. Appreciate it. Yeah, my stream elements notification just popped up in OBS again saying that I'm streaming. Something weird is going on with my internet today. Get him. Alright, we're already halfway done. Look at us, chat. Killing it. Oh. Oh. Well. Look, we found the graveyard. Yeah, you're right, Gardolf. It could also be Twitch related. Probably isn't, but maybe they're having trouble on their side too.
These look like dog tracks.
They certainly do, Nancy. They certainly do. Guessing this is where Malone is buried? Yeah, those definitely look like real dog tracks. Alright, and here's the dogs. We're gonna write this down because I think it might be important. On November, died in January. And then we have Lucy, who was born April, died in January. Alright, see you, Gordolf. Good luck with your shopping and whatnot. Got Vitus. Born in February, so died in January. And Xander. I always like the name Xander. In August. Alright. What else have we got? Snooky. Piff and Paff. Now, didn't we see this? I think it was in the last game we played. Oh, hey, Ren Ren. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I want to say it was in the last game we just played Scarlet Hand. I think one of the plaques for like the supporters of the museum, it had Piff and Paff as one of the names. So I'm guessing that's probably like either one of the community members or like one of the developers, like usernames. Cosmo Cranky. Oh, dude, like Cranky Kong. Goodness. Got old Waldo Matthias. We'll get to learn more about him later. There's another bird around here somewhere. Get your camera ready, Nancy. There it is.
I must have scared it.
Do you think maybe it was the here, birdie, birdie, birdie? Let's see if I can find my way out of here without having to look at the map. Right, then left. But I think we haven't been this path yet. Or no?
Missed it.
To the tree, we go straight, and I think it's just a couple more twists and turns, and then yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Piff and Paff jawbone. So, ooh, no wonder he died. Okay, I've actually got all three of the boards. Although, oh, I know what we need to do. We need to go look in our shed. We have a delicious little tool shed back here.
A face only a gnome could love.
How cute. Sure, this was from one of the other games. A key. How nice. Snowshoes. Gas. Speaking of gassing. Gas yourself, Nancy. Do it. I'm gonna save. Alright, if we do this enough times, something fun happens. So, let's check that out. Come on, Nancy, just a little pesticide. Nothing terrible. Oh, come on. No spinning newspaper for that one? Like, teen detective found gassed to death in woodshed. Or, something like that. Oh, really? See, that's why I saved. Because, like, why would it put you all the way back there? Load. Loading for saving. Yes, I do. I have a feeling there's some kind of second chance setup, so like if you do get lost in the maze, you can like, as a last resort, go back to the menu and hit second chance, and it'll put you back at the start of the maze. So maybe that's why it is, but I don't know why it wouldn't give you a new save point for the gas.
Oh, the key broke off.
Oh no.
I gotta have some torque.
Torque off, Nancy. Be good for my Darth Vader cosplay later. Hammer and nails. Nice. Alright. Well, that means we can go over here now.
This doesn't look very safe.
Excellent observation, Nancy. Gonna put these over here. Hammer them into place. Wow. That's your best job, Nancy? Hit that one in a little further. Come on. Okay, well, don't blame me if you trip and die. Rotten floorboards. Watch your step. What? I know, it's just a message. Okay. So, we can't do whatever that is yet. Yeah. Hey, Revicamp. Yeah, a lot safer now. Definitely, like... I mean, like, that is, like, 1,000% safer than it was before. I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, Nancy did not have any carpentry classes in high school. Okay, so what do we have that we can do now? Let me see. Go back to the ranger station. Oh, we also need to talk to Birdman again. So why don't we do that? Which means we'll have to go to sleep. Oh yeah, I love this track. Just the bass. So like gangster and like sounds like something, you know, from like, I just really like it. Like I said, soundtrack in this game, top notch. It lives rent free inside my head.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong.
Excuse me?
You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
Thought this man's about to tell us we needed to go looking for birds naked. I'm about to be like, what the heck? Sandpaper.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to keep bugging you, but I need some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some.
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your wife?
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Yeah, Red Knot, one of the most interesting characters in the series.
Was she the only dog you ever had?
Yep. Wouldn't be worth the hassle anymore. Especially now that I'm retired and spend so much time at Moon Lake. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
Okay, if you insist. Alright, so now we've done that. Now we also need to go to M's. But we can also, if I can get in my own freaking front door here. Is there something over here we can look at? Not yet. Okay. That's for later. We can also now do this puzzle.
It's stuck.
Sandpaper is just gone. Okay, well, we can now do this puzzle. So, how we're going to do it is we're going to go look over here. Yeah, that's where the navigation in these old games is a little painful sometimes. Okay. Leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. So, birthday, fresh spring tree leaves. That would have to be, according to our notes, Lucy, because she was born in April. Yeah, that's right. So, just write leaves next to Lucy. When swans drift by on a shimmering blue, I'm the one who plays in the summer dew. Summer would have to be Xander. Yeah, because he was born in August. So we'll just write swans next to Xander. It's stuck. Exactly. When autumn's call brings out the deer, it is I who howls on mornings clear. So autumn, that would have to be Iggy, because he was born in November. So we'll write deer next to him. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night. So that would be Vitus, who was born in February. I think it's birds? No. I think it's just like a snowflake, honestly. But maybe winter's the clue for that one. We'll just write winter. We can figure it out, can't we? We're smart. Funny story. So yeah, if you look, there's the deer and there's the swans. But I never realized this playing until I watched another streamer recently in the past year or two play it. Those shapes are also represented in the wallpaper if you look. So like there's the deer, there's the swans, there's like the birds and the leaves and stuff. And I didn't realize that until I saw somebody else play this game and they commented on it. I was like, oh, I never knew that. Alright, so... Okay, so right now, all of the dogs are facing the same direction, right? So we gotta figure out which direction is associated with which season. And also which dog in the cabinet is which dog on this display. Okay, deer. Yeah, so they're all deer. So deer is forward. So that means Iggy's has to be facing forward. So I guess let's turn them all one notch. See if that does it. See which. Let's just see what it does. Okay, so we know that's not Iggy. Neither's that. Neither's that. Okay, so Iggy is top left. Alright. So then between the other three, one of them is facing. There might be an easier way to do this. I apologize if any of you guys are like super puzzle people and you already know the solution to this. Bear with me. Alright, so Lucy is the one that has to have the leaves. So hers is going to stay this way. She faces right. So then the other two are going to be Vitus and Xander. So let's go check them and see what direction. See what symbol is this direction. Okay, so that's swans. So we know that's not. So that one must be Lucy. Swans is that one. So, which one was Swans? Swans was Xander. So, Xander's going to stay facing the back wall. So, then he needs to turn one more. There we go. Alright, sounds good, Rabbit Camp. Just checking. I know sometimes, like, some of the streamers that I watch, some of them are pretty good with puzzles. Some of them are not as good with the puzzles, and sometimes I know when I watch them, I'm like, come on, I can see the solution. You're literally 2 moves away from it. Just move that one there, and then that one there, and then you got the solution. But so I just want to, don't crucify me if I take a long time solving some puzzles. I'm doing my best, Dad, I promise. Okay. Well, I couldn't really read what that said, but okay. Interesting. Some kind of wine cellar, it looks like. Alright.
It could be mice making that sound.
You're right, it could be, Nancy.
It's blocked.
I believe we can take our pen
It
and
looks like a tiny hole.
stick that in there.
What's the combination?
That is a good question. Though I think we already have the answer to this. Now, normally I would probably go back to the ranger station or something and try to look up the information, but I think we already have it written down because I think whoever made those headstones for the dogs, it put them all having the same death date, and I think it said that the day they died is the day that Malone got arrested or pinched in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like it's month, right? Or 11, 17, 30. Yeah, so it looks like it's month, date, last 2 of the year. So let's try that. So their death date was listed as January, so it'd be 0, 1, 29 of 1932. There we go. We did it, chat.
I bet those were deer mice.
I bet those were too. But I want to see. Do you think Nancy will pick it up and die from horrible deer mice plague? Let's find out.
I better be careful. I better be careful. I better be careful.
Oh, come on, Nancy, love a little.
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers. Speakeasy.
Look under the Victrola in the speakeasy. Find a map to the gold he stole. $20 bars.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Interesting. Little Joe and Sarah. Joe Akers, huh? We'll have to go ask him about that. In the morning. Because Nancy doesn't like boating at night. over 50% dropped frames. Jeez. I'm sorry, folks. Like I said before, I don't know what's going on with my internet tonight. I hope it's not too bad. Alright. Oh, hello.
You're back.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
Do you have any other dogs?
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Are Malone's dogs buried there?
That's the rumor.
The inscription on one of the tombstones reads Waldo Matthias. Does that name ring any bells?
Not in my steeple.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
What would be the best way for me to find out who was living in Moon Lake in 1928 and where they ended up?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Miss Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
What happened to Akers and the rest of
Continue
Malone's
asking
gang
questions
after he went
anyway.
to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Nancy, I had more questions for him.
You're back.
Don't sound so happy.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best birdwatching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Okay,
I
anyway.
have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Another awkward silence. We gotta get out of here, Nancy. Ah. Oh, that was spooky. Alright. Let's go talk to him. Said something about getting camouflage gear from her.
Howdy, Nancy.
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me. All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, oh, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
A dozen little critters?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Do I need some kind of permit?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. Least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Joe Akers is Jeff's father?
That's right.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure. Hey there, Nancy. Got that bait yet?
Not yet.
Sooner you get 'em, the better.
Alrighty.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
Well, I guess let's go find some critters, chat. Must escape the awkward silence. Hope you guys are still here, by the way. Hang on, I'm actually gonna check real quick. We're just gonna pop over here, and I'm gonna go on to Twitch and make sure that my actual stream is still going because I've been having internet trouble today. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're still on. People said they were getting dropped earlier, so just wanted to make sure we were good. No, don't do it. Stay in the full screen OBS. There we go. Also, hey, Les Marie, how's it going? Glad you could join us. We're playing some Nancy Drew. Right now, we're trying to find some bugs for this lady. Because Nancy apparently doesn't carry money with her. Go figure. We gotta look for some stuff. Oh, there we go. There's two little critters right there. Yeah, apparently my internet connection's been a little on the crap side tonight. No, come back.
Hello there.
Hey, Alyssa Marie, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. There's a certain number of bugs that we can find during the day.
I must have scared it.
And there's a certain number that we have to find at night. Just trying to make sure I find all the daytime ones before we have to come back later. How many do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's right. Alright. Well, I guess let's go back and make it nighttime so we can try to find the rest of these bugs. If I can find my way out of here, that is. Okay. Yellow ribbon, go that way. Right and a left. Okay, now we're here. Alright. Back to the house. Ah, listen to those crickets. Let's see if we can find some more. The ones that we have to find at night, lucky for us, are glowing. Like that. Which is also interesting because those ghost dogs that we saw, their eyes were also glowing. Okay, I think our last one is at the cemetery. I may be incorrect, but I think if you're wandering around here at night, you can actually sometimes hear the ghost dogs. I don't think I've ever heard them, but I think other people that I've watched, I remember, have seen them, or heard them, I should say. Like I said at the beginning of the game, you only... Oh, it's this way. Like I said at the beginning of the game, you only ever see the ghost dogs once at the beginning of the game. But apparently you can hear them multiple times. Is that right? Okay, hang on. I'm going to check my map. Where are we? Okay, so we're at Yellow Ribbon. It's a left. And then a left and a right. Okay. So this way. And then a left. And then the first right. Okay, here we go. And bingo. Bingo mango. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2. Yep, that's our 12. Alright, well, it seems like we're doing a little bit better stream-wise. It says I'm only at about 4% drop frames, as opposed to, like, it was almost 50 earlier, which I think is why I disconnected everybody. So apologies for that, folks. Like I said, don't know what's going on. I did reset my router completely before I started streaming, because it was really bad. But, I mean, not much else I can do at this point, besides just grin and bear it, and I guess try to finish the game as quickly as possible. So yeah, so now we got our bugs, so we can go report back to Emily in the morning. Awkward silence. Rev up that motorboat. Man, have I got some bugs for you. Like, seems like a pretty area, though. All right, then.
Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
Got him right here.
Well, now, you done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding from won't catch you. How you holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
Keep on trucking.
All right. With that, let's get back and find the rest of those birds, huh? Vroom, vroom. So there's 2 more birds we need to find in here. Here were the cardinal and the tanager, I believe. I think they're both on this side of the maze. Actually, I guess I could just look and save myself the trouble of hunting him down, huh? Okay, so we are... This red bird was that way. And I think left and right. Look, tanager, not the orange bird. Maybe not. Just the yellow bird, maybe? Oh, yep. So, get him, Nancy. Take the picture. Take shot. Okay. Now we just need that cardinal back by the entrance. There we go. Alright, that's the last one we need to find in here. Like I said earlier, we have to... So Red is like, don't come bothering us till you're done. To complete the quest, we have to bother him 2 more times. So we already bothered him once, and he's like, go get the camel gear. Now we have to go bother him again, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, here's where you find that last bird. I'd love to try playing upright bass sometime. I think it'd be fun. I can only play electric bass.
How's the bird watching coming along?
Mickey Malone supposedly buried a bunch of stolen gold bars on his property
Completely
way
ignores
back
this
in
question.
the 20s. Did you know that?
Really? That's interesting. I don't much care, but it's interesting.
Ever hear of a man named William Akers?
I know an extremely annoying park ranger named Jeff Akers, but I've never heard of any William Akers.
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
No, Red, I haven't.
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
No hurry.
Yeah, you too.
I'd better wait until daylight.
Before we do that, though, let's Oh, I guess we can do it now. Why not?
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk.
Oh my god. Take the picture, Nancy.
Hey,
Zoom
what
in
is
and
that
enhance.
hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker. Huh?
Oh no.
I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use
Well,
the blade to
can
cut
kick.
the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
Sorry, I just had to. So I'm not going to solve this puzzle correctly the first time, just so we can. Just so we can get the game over. They better give us a spinning newspaper for this one, I'm telling you. Oh, come on. That didn't make the headlines? Seriously? Nancy Drew falling through floorboards makes headlines, but blowing up in a tool shed doesn't, and probably setting the rest of the forest on fire. Alright, try again. Alright, so first, kick that over there. Spray to get it on fire. Put that over there, which puts that on fire. Then we kick the gnome head, raise the ramp, that rolls down there, burns up that, which cuts the bonds on there, which falls and kills us. Not just kidding. Now we're gonna go get some water.
This thing burn up. I've got to put it out. Fire! Fire! Fire!
Thank you, Nancy. Alright, we're gonna go run over here to the
I
lake,
need a bucket.
which I never knew you could do. I always thought you had to go to the pump. Honestly, the lake's probably a lot bigger. You know what? We're gonna go run away. Yeah, gotta show you the game over screen. After you've been knocked out, tied up, left to burn shed, be sure to put out the fire. Suspiciously specific advice, but okay. From Discount Smokey the Bear. It's probably like Stinky the Skunk or something, right? Something similar, but
Let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out. Fire! Fire!
thank you, Nancy. Funny how we can still hear the fire at full volume even back here.
Fire!
What
One
in
bucket
blazes
later, it's put
happened?
out.
I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
I
was
thought
looking
you
at
weren't
birds,
here
and
during
then
the
I
day,
noticed
Red.
something on the house, and
Suspicious.
the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa,
Fire.
you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
Alright, well, now that that fiasco's out of the way, let's go talk to Ranger Akers.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
You are incredible, Ranger Akers. What did you find out?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
How long have you been the Lone Ranger here, as it were?
6 long, very frustrating years. If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Then maybe these ghost dogs are a blessing in disguise.
What do you mean?
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
I hope I don't get distracted. Apple crisp sounds good right now.
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I recently found out that William Akers had a son.
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
And you don't want anyone to know that.
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
Rude. Excuse me. I was only asking you extremely personal questions. Like, come on. No, but yeah, with regards to that Roman numerals puzzle, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do it? It's a completely optional puzzle, but I'll do it if you guys want me to. Otherwise, I'll probably just skip it. Let me know what you think.
I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
Where's Yogi?
In the run out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Let's go back to Sally's. So we are gonna make a phone call. Miss Burnett. Or Whitmore, I should say.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
That's right. I found it in the cellar of Mickey Malone's old house on Moon Lake.
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
Tell me about the speakeasy.
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
Did this speakeasy have a secret entrance?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Did he ever say anything to you about a map?
Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think. He said he was making a treasure map and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
William Akers had some kind of map in the back of his journal. Do you think that's the treasure map Malone mentioned?
It's possible. But knowing Mickey, he probably made the map so obscure that poor Willie couldn't make heads or tails of it. Mickey loved to tease people like that, made him feel smart. But feeling smart isn't the same as being smart. He died in prison, you know. No family, no friends. That's about as stupid as you can get.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy. I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
Do you know anything about the safe that's in the cellar of his house at Moon Lake?
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. By Willie, I mean William Akers, one of the guys who worked for Mickey.
Did all Malone's employees have their own safes?
Not hardly. Mickey treated most of his employees like dirt, but not Willie. He honestly liked Willie, trusted him. And when Willie decided he wanted his own safe, Mickey said, "What the hey?" No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious.
Well, as I recall, he picked the most unlucky number he could think of and used that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
It's been fun talking to you.
I'll be suing you.
I'm trying to remember what we have to do next. There might have been something else we had to ask her. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, let's go talk to Red again.
Hello there. I owe you an apology. After you came up here looking for those red tails, I gave my map a closer look and realized it was more than 50 years old. Reason you can't find them is probably because their favorite nesting tree is gone. Finding that hawk's gonna be harder than I thought, so why don't you just give me back my camera and I'll take it from here? It didn't get burned up in that fire or anything, did it?
1 second, Red. Yeah. Ren. Alyssa was here a little earlier, but she stopped watching because the stream quality was real bad. It seems to have gotten a little better, at least from what I can tell. We're down to like 6% drop frames as opposed to like it was at like 50% earlier. And I think I think that's what Gordolf's talking about, is it keeps popping up the notification and yeah, something's funky because of the internet, but yeah, it seems to be a little better now, so hopefully things have chilled out. Anyway, Mr. Red Knot.
Somebody clobbers me over the head and then tries to barbecue me, and all you're worried about is your camera?
It's a very expensive camera.
Oh yeah, well,
Where did those gas cans come from?
I ran out of gas. So much for being prepared, huh? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'm sure you've got places to go, things to see, people to pester.
You'll be happy to know that I did get a picture of a red-tailed hawk. So here's your camera back. I got all the birds.
Thank you, Nancy. Nice work. You're a credit to your generation.
See you in a while.
No hurry.
okay, boomer. Alright, what else? Come on, Nancy. Work with me. Can't look at that tonight, apparently. Here we go. Well, whatever was here before is no longer here. That's a little sus, if you ask me. Alright, so what's our plan of attack? Still need to do something with that. Yeah, honestly, I think we need to call that lady again and ask her the rest of those questions, as much as I don't want to. I was hoping we could cut our conversation with her short, but apparently I missed some important dialogue options because there's something else we have to do with her. Yeah, for real, Gordolf.
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is your station drop-off. Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, Eustacia Andropov? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you.
No, Eustacia, wait. It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew, the Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
No.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing.
Oh, stop being so morbid here. Have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy? So you know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
How will I know which tombstone to use it in?
As a joke, Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
Did Malone say what he was going to do with those paintings of his dogs?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
It's been fun talking to you.
Anytime.
Okay, two things. Yes, Gordolf, you are absolutely correct. The phone call is the worst, which is why I tried to cut it short earlier, but apparently I missed the one dialogue option that I needed to trigger what to do next. And secondly, yeah, the one character that I did not want to see come back from a previous game was freaking Eustacia and Drop Off. Another annoying old lady with an equally annoying voice. And don't ask me what they were thinking on that one, but we're done. We actually do have to call her one more time.
Am I in for another interrogation?
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Initial test found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent
Not
us.
only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Well, it's not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area. The amount in your sample far exceeds the standard safety limits. Unsafe for any purpose. Further tests. Blah, 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 blah.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Okay, so now where do we want to go? I guess let's go talk to M.
How you holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Alright. Thanks as always. I think we just have to wait for our package to come back now. I think we've done everything else that we can do. I guess let's go home and sleep for 24 hours. A classic Nancy move. And then see if our package has arrived. Get me out of this house. To the ranger station. Away. Hello? Anything?
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
Hey, how about that?
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the
Nice.
package.
Where's Ghostly Head? I feel like he'd like this key.
Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
Oh,
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Littering laws. This man. Yeah, no kidding. Especially coming to Moon Lake, Pennsylvania, which is in the middle of ass crack nowhere, apparently. From Las Vegas, that's pretty fast. Maybe it was still there by Amazon drone. Who knows? But now, unfortunately, we gotta go call the lady one more time to get the password that we need. Or, no, ain't actually. I think we can skip this part. I remember in the speed run that I watched the other day, I think you don't have to, as long as you know the password, you can put it in. You don't have to actually learn it. So I will probably try to do that just to save myself another annoying phone conversation, because otherwise you'd have to put this in, and then it's like, oh hey, look. Yeah, like Nancy would just go. So normally you'd have to go back and ask her, what's the password? But I think as long as we know the password, we can put it in. Oh yeah, there's a quite large Nancy Drew speedrunning community. At least I know there's a few people out there who speedrun them that have done most of the games. It's actually pretty entertaining watching them do the tips and tricks to get the games done as fast as they can. Okay, so how do we get this letter and this letter separate? I'm gonna reset this. There we go. Baldo. Yeah, I think the speedrunning record for this game is like 30 minutes. We're not quite at that point yet, but...
It's too dark. I need a flashlight.
I have a flashlight, Nancy.
Oh, the batteries are going dead. I can't see a thing. I'd better go back. It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
Rip.
Oh, the batteries are going dead. I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
Alright, well, we know what we need there. So let's go back to M's and get some batteries. Hopefully. The conversation, by the way, that we skipped was basically Eustacia being like, or not Eustacia, Vivian being like, yeah, apparently the agent that was out for Mickey was named Waldo Matthias, and that's why that's why he made that headstone for him, but Mickey's nickname for him was Baldo Matthias. That's kind of a joke because he was balding. So that was what the password was. So let's see if M can help us out.
How you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo
Purty?
coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
In other words, you'd like me to give it a shot.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
Okay.
Ta-da! One smiling
There we
goldfish.
go.
It's obviously never tried combo cola.
Yikes. Shots fired, Nancy. Wanna buy batteries? Okay, do a bunch of work for me. Basically. Yeah, I don't know why doesn't Nancy carry cash on her? Like, come on, Nancy, what's wrong with you?
Hey, Nancy, this mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries, and thanks, Nancy.
Alright, folks, let's go explore that tunnel. Vroom, vroom. Hey, Cassian, glad you could join us. Yeah, same. That's what I've been saying. I really like the soundtrack for this. It lives rent-free in my head every day. Alright, let's get back to that. No, not the tool shed. Back to that cemetery. What's wrong?
It looks like some kind of keyhole.
Ah, great. I gotta remember how to do this again, don't I? There we go. Don't ask me how I did that quicker the second time.
It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
Yes, Nancy, that's why I have a flashlight. Well, let's take the largest path. Take the road more traveled, as they say.
Uh-oh.
This way. For all you geography fans out there, what kind of rock do you think this is? Some interesting, yeah, rock stuff. I'm smart. Hello? Yeah, that's weird. When I look at here with my flashlight, there's light, but when I put my flashlight off, there's literally no light coming through the store. Badly drawn one. That's the real answer.
So this is the speakeasy. Wow.
Wow. Dapper Dog. So Iggy is yellow, and he was by the fireplace, so it looks like. Or, yeah.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
Interesting. There's still some sarsaparilla hooked up to him.
The spigot won't move. There must be a way to unlock these spigots.
It's a bold assumption, Nancy. Oh, what a good boy. That's probably Walden Matthias, I would assume. Xander. He was red. But we can't see what he was near because this painting is damaged. Lucy was green, and she liked to hang out on the raft. Good dog. I swear I've seen that picture before somewhere.
If the map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
Okay. Now will you comment on the other ones, Nancy? No. Maybe we haven't read the correct entry in the Moon Lake database for that one, but oh, wow. Alright, let's go over here. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think I would drink 0-year-old beer. I'm not a beer person. Okay. Soda. So from left to right, we want these to say X XVIL for Xander, Iggy, or Xander, Vitus, Iggy, and Lucy. Names. Kaboom! Wow, Nancy just had a precognitive flash where she was drawn to somewhere else. I was gonna say, pretty sure there's a door there somewhere.
It's too dark.
You're too dark, Nancy. There's a light.
Xander played by the pump, which is right here.
And then Lucy played at the shipwreck, which was up there. Nancy doesn't know that, but we know that. Because we're smart. Nancy must be an empath. She can sense plot points. Interesting noises. Anyway, let's go back and compare these maps. This one here happens to look very much like this one. See what I mean? So, if we go boop, 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 look at that. It opens.
That doesn't sound good.
Or maybe Nancy's just Deadpool and she can break the fourth wall. Honestly, she already did that once this stream. I did the second chance where you fix the boat motor wrong and you like drive off into the lake and blow up. And then as soon as I reloaded, before I'd even touched anything, Nancy said, there's something seriously wrong with this motor. Like, clearly, if I had just gone back in time, she would not have, before she started the motor, known that there was something wrong with it. So she was just straight up breaking the fourth wall. It was pretty funny. Definitely go back and watch that when this VOD goes up.
It's some kind of lock.
It's locked. Well, that was a big waste of time. Let's go this way. Nothing down there. What about this door? Aha, it's open. What's that noise? Let's investigate.
So you're the ghost dogs. You look pretty real to me. Who's a good puppy?
Oh, Nancy. Well, I think we solved the mystery of the ghost dogs. Clone in our toothpaste. Why would you... Who would sell that? Yeah, bone of their last victim. That's fine.
These dogs have been trained to act vicious on command.
Come on, Nancy, leave it on. Have a slice of that pizza. Can't be worse than the arsenic. A key. Come, bottle. Find the gold. Stinky breath. Bottle. Dog. Checkup time. Time for plan D, as in dog. Too cold to drag, so somebody has been dragging the lake. Owner moving in. Electric dogs. One key. Gold. Oh, gold. Tiles on the mosaics. Sally McDonald. Sally Malone moving in. Push every tile, nothing happens. Malone and his stupid puzzles can take a flying leap. Wish I could stick him on Malone. Sally Malone is gone. Who's Nancy Drew? Knows about the gold. Must find it before she does. Bruce and Meryl. Well, I think we know who our villain is. I think it's Emily.
I bet the dogs attacked Sally's house because high-frequency signal was transmitted to them through the speaker I saw on the roof.
Yeah, so now, like I was saying earlier, when we talked to Emily, she said that every time the ghost dogs showed up was when there were people trying to live in the Malone place. She said the last time was like 10, 15 years ago. But that doesn't necessarily make sense because we know now that the dogs are...
You've been trained to respond to a silent signal from this thing, haven't you?
We know that the dogs are actual dogs, so how would it make sense that they showed up 10 or 15 years ago, unless it was just them lying to us? But no, she wasn't the one who told us the original story, that way it was Red Knot, so like, either Red Knot is also confused about what happened, or maybe he talked to Emily and Emily told him that the dogs, you know, come back and haunt the place, and then Red Knot just spread the story to us secondhand. But yeah, it's never really been clear to me, like, I'm guessing the dogs probably haven't been showing up all the time, and that's just a made-up story, but I wonder how several different people have ended up telling that story to Nancy. But anyway, let's see what's behind this locked door, shall we? Oh boy, you guys ready for another death scene? In fact, let's save here, shall we? Yeah, that's true. Cassiana could just be a local legend, I suppose. People do like their stories. Let's just randomly... Yeah, I can crank on some things. Sure, that's done it. Oh no. Ripperoni. Clearly that's not what we have to do. How about this?
The wheel is gone.
Sorry. How is it okay?
I'm this close to finding the gold. I just know it.
Imagine if we got down here and there was another puzzle or something. Wouldn't that just be the worst? Trollmeister Wellworks. MCMXXIV. Oh no, another puzzle. Yeah, Nancy has one. I think I remember hearing this is one place where the senior puzzle is harder. So basically, what we've got to do here is... Well,
These colors look very familiar.
yes, thank you, Nancy. What we got to do here is put in the dogs' names, because each of their names, the first letter of their name is a Roman numeral. So Iggy, I. So first one is Lucy, which is green, so L is 50. Then second one, red, is Xander, X is 10. And then blue is Vitus, which is V. So O, 5. And then the last one is I, which is just 1. Now, according to mine, we've been going for about 2.5 hours. I hope this goes up on Twitch okay.
I'd better make sure this door is closed all the way before I fool around with anything else. It's blocked.
It's blocked.
It's locked. It's locked.
Alright, chat, you ready to see what's behind this door?
£600 of gold bullion. Wow.
Wow. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 600 over 20 be 60 over 2, so each bar weighs about 30 pounds. That's pretty heavy. Well, time to leave. I'm sure nothing bad will happen on the way out.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
Oh no, what do I do? Well, I guess I'm just gonna stare at this gold and enjoy it during my last moments before I get
Don't you shut that door on me,
brained
Nancy
over the
Drew.
head by a giant dog bone. Or maybe it's a person, who knows? It's nice gold though, isn't it? The end. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's try again.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
Oops. Dog bone can't hurt me anymore. I can if I forget what I'm doing.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
Alright, third time's charm. We got this. Go into the room. We turn around. We shut the door. Then we sneak down the Ninja Turtle getaway. Then we come up the other side.
If I don't keep moving, Emily will catch me.
The old switcheroo.
There's plenty of gold here. We can share. Let me out of here, Nancy.
I need to get out of here.
Nancy, wait. Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember? Nancy?
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can.
And then Nancy flooded her to death.
Dear Ned, as soon as I got out of the tunnels, Emily had left a door open.
Exactly.
I called the sheriff. But when I led him back down the well to the room where I'd left Emily, she refused to leave.
What a picture.
He and his deputies finally got her out. But one of them said
But she's
afterward that if
twerking.
he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away
Angry.
every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle me. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Davis finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them. How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy.
Nice.
Bess, hi, it's Nancy. I'm at this little amusement park on the coast. I wish I could say I was having a wonderful time, but the fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening here. There've been some strange accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself, like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and I'll call you later. I've gotta go right now.
Nancy really had to go. Too spooky. Yeah, that is a good question, Gordolf. They don't really explain who got the gold. If I had to guess... Yeah, I was gonna say Sally probably got it because it's on her property, but technically it is stolen gold, so yeah, I would probably just go back to the bank or whoever it was stolen from. But you know, they might give her a few $100 or a few thousand as a reward for finding it. I don't know. You know how they are. But yeah, that is kind of I'm surprised they don't. Yeah, Sally definitely needs a little money to fix up her place, don't they? But yeah, that's Ghost Dogs in Moon Lake. Definitely not the longest game. If my timer is accurate, which I'm not 100% sure it is, because I think we may have... Well, no, I did start about 6, so... Yeah, 2.5 hours, that makes sense. So... Yeah, only 2.5 hours of this one, but you know, we did skip some stuff. There was a lot of like the lore entries at the ranger station I didn't read because, well, you guys know me in reading. Yeah. But yeah, that's Ghost Dogs. So the next one's gonna be message. It's gonna be the Haunted Carousel, which we saw the preview for. So yeah, $15,000, or is that 15 million? Either way, that's a lot of money. Yeah. Okay, 15 million, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't know. We could honestly go raid somebody. We've got 4 people in here, if this is accurate. What do you guys think? Should I go look for somebody to raid? Would that be something fun to do, since we finished a little earlier than I was expecting, honestly. Most of the games I've been doing in 3 hours or 4 at most, but I was not expecting to be done. Alright, let's exit out of here. I'll pop over to webcam for a sec. Gotta stop farting in the chat, guys. Jeez. Let's go back to Twitch.
Victory yesterday against everyone to finally take this first point.
All right. Why would I bring up a Grand Theft Auto stream if I search Nancy Drew? Oh, hey, look at that.
Who doesn't want to become the talk of the town here?
I'm Billie Eilish.
If the stream tag is correct, this person's actually playing Ghost Dogs right now. But let me see. Gotta get past the ads first. Any day now.
Okay, let's do.
Oh, nice.
Because I cannot think and stream at the same time.
Dear Ned, remember Sally Mc...
Yeah. Looks like she's just starting, so this will be the perfect time to go in and say hi. Let me, I gotta remember how to do this again. Okay, stream manager, channel. Yeah. Alright, let me know when you guys are ready, and we'll pop over and say hi. We don't need to, stick around a long time or anything, but just pop in, say hi, we'll see how it's going, and yeah. Alright, you guys ready? Let's do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you later. Bye.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Jedi Boy 127. Hey. How's it going? Let's see. Phone's ringing. Phone's ringing. Let me see. What were you guys playing? Oh, you were? Are you also a Nancy fanatic? There we go. All right, let me answer the phone because that's gonna.
Hello?
bug me.
Nancy, hi. it's
Welcome,
Sally.
Raiders.
We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off.
Number
Did you
2
see my
spooky,
note?
yes.
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending